So I'm hearing your identity has been guarded, even from you, because it was a part of the process. It had to be that way. I'm hearing that it's hard for your spirit family to see what has to be done, but it has to be done because that's the only way. I'm hearing this whole process of life is the only way that you're going to learn. If you don't go through it, you'll never know, you'll never learn. So that's why your true identity was even guarded from you. And it's because if you knew too quickly, you might expose yourself before you had enough training. Without the proper training, I'm hearing you would leave yourself vulnerable. You would leave yourself open to those who don't mean you well. You would leave yourself open. You would leave yourself open to the loathing eyes. I just heard the loathing eyes. That's the download. Hey, soul family. Thank you for being here. I am Mystic Alchemy for those who don't know me. All right, so yeah, this is like a message basically stating that your true identity has been hidden, guarded, protected, because you have lived amongst so many individuals that have been placed in your life as a test. And the ones that have been placed in your life as a test, they don't know what they're doing. They don't really know spiritual law. They don't understand the concept of the best way to be. I heard with their peers, the best way they should be with their peers. They don't work well with others. It's kind of like a situation where if they don't get what they want, they'll turn on you. They have trouble hearing the word no. They expected you to be a yes man or yes woman in their life. A lot of these people had this, it's almost like they were living in an illusion to feel as though they own you, like to feel as though they have more control over your life than they actually do. And you could have experienced this in multiple ways, like in relationships, like romantic relationships, friendships, family members. You could have experienced this in multiple ways. But like, just think, I'm hearing Spirit say, just think, if you had have known exactly what blessings you have in store for you in a time where you were vulnerable and maybe you haven't gotten through enough lessons to know better, you may have spewed all of your secrecy. I heard like your identity, your secrets that no one is supposed to know. Because, you know, if someone knows, then they could try their best to prevent you from getting there. Like if someone knows exactly your every move, they can create roadblocks for you in many different ways, spiritually and physically, mentally as well, by heavy manipulation tactics, okay? Trying to make you believe something that's not, just to get you not to accept your blessings. So this is why your identity has been hidden from even you. That's how special you are. It's all a part of the process, but it's really hard for Spirit to actually see you experience it, because it is hard. And it would be nice if we could just get here on this realm and understand everything. However, that would defeat the whole point of Earth School, right? Because this is a school. This place is a place where we have this avatar, this body, and we're supposed to learn how to teach our soul, so our soul can then teach our spirit, and our spirit can ascend and move on to the next phase. Our soul teaches our spirit. That's in the unseen. That's what happens in the unseen, I'm hearing, okay? Our soul teaches our spirit. Because our soul transforms into a spirit once it leaves the body. And that's why we refer to spirit as spirit. Because spirit was once a soul. Now I'm hearing there's many souls that didn't even get through Earth School successfully. I heard they flunked. They weren't able to pass. They weren't able to gain the knowledge that they needed to learn. So they end up going to the spirit realm in the same confusion and turmoil as they were in when they left from here. This is why it's important that you take your life more seriously, I just heard. And I'm just saying what I'm hearing, as I'm channeling. We want you to take your life more seriously so that you can win. Take yourself more seriously. Don't speak don't speak inadequately over your life, over your capabilities, because you can do more than you realize. You may believe that you can't do much because of your environment. It might be the people around you are not doing much. So if you're always with a group of people that aren't really doing much, you'll start to feel like that's normal. It will become normalcy, and you'll start to feel as though you're the same way. But you just may be around a bunch of people that don't understand spirituality. They don't want to know about it. They think it's ridiculous, because some people think spirituality is ridiculous because many people are stuck in a place of only accepting what they've been taught from the beginning. And I heard that's a perfect recipe for disaster. Now I'm hearing the only way for your soul to learn is through experience. Those with the loathing eyes are the ones who are in disbelief. They don't believe in anything. Many that don't believe in anything have a really difficult time in life because they don't have any, They don't have any foundation. They don't have like a solid structure. So beneath their feet is weak, shaky, unstable, because there's no basis. There's no basis for them to revert back to make them strong. So they become fragile, however you want to pronounce it. When I said fragile, I heard fragile. And they don't last long. I heard they don't last long. And it's because of what they've been given. The information that they've been given, they take hold to it and they don't want to let it go because that's all they know. They're not willing to open their mind to receive more and to receive possibilities. And I'm also hearing, even if you don't believe, allow options to be possibilities in your life so that you can give yourself a chance to choose. Because when you really think about it, were we really given a chance to choose? I'll let you answer that. But now you have a chance to choose. You have a chance to choose whatever you want to choose, right? You can analyze things and make sense of it with your own understanding. And that is powerful for you to address a situation, analyze a situation, and formulate your own thought according to what you see, what you're taking in, like the information you're taking in. If you could analyze something, review something, and then start putting the puzzle pieces together in your own life, it can help you create your own understanding. And you may even formulate questions. And when you start questioning things, it makes it even better because you're increasing your inquisitive ability. I feel like to be inquisitive can be viewed as an ability because so many people don't use their inquisitive nature. There's many people that are stuck in this robotic type energy where whatever is given to them, that's what they believe, no matter what. They don't even have like that mindset to look at things from a deeper perspective. That's even more of a reason why it would be, see, I was gonna say it's good for them to, well, it's still good for them to gain knowledge, and even if everybody doesn't like to read, but I mean, it's good for you because you know what's the most truthful is in many books. What you see on television, sometimes it's not everything. It's not everything that would be helpful to you. But when you open a book, you get deeper because so much time is taken, and it's very methodical. The information, excuse me, the information is methodical when it comes to information that is in a book most of the time. Or it's more likely, I should say. It's really about what you take from situations because you can really create your own understanding, and that's what's most important here. So it's like everything special about you has been guarded and protected because you are in alignment with your blessings that belong to you. So when you start feeling discomfort around a person or at a certain position that you're in, it's because your soul is calling out for you to move. Your soul feels discomfort because it's ready to pop out. It's ready to be seen. Your soul is ready to explore because that is the purpose of the soul. When we do not allow the call outs of our soul to be heard, we become angry. And have you ever said, I'm angry, but I don't know why? I'm crying, but I don't know why. What am I crying for? Why am I mad? Yeah, you could have gone through some messed up things, in your past and stuff. But there's times, Spirit is saying there's times where you just started crying and you couldn't really pinpoint why. You felt mad, but you're like, why am I so angry? It's because your soul is not exercising itself. Your soul has a mission, but you have to connect yourself to your soul's mission in order for your soul to be content and for you to feel at peace. So if you're just walking around doing what you were told to do, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's right for you. So until you take the time to recognize when your soul is calling out to you, asking you, please listen to me. We're not supposed to be here. We're not supposed to be doing this. That's why you don't like it. That's why you're angry, because this is not what we're supposed to be doing. Please listen to me. We have to do this together. Like, we're here, but we literally have to learn how to hear our higher self talking to us. We have to literally learn how to hear our souls cry. There's a mission, and the mission is to understand and activate that beautiful aspect of you that's hidden deep within. And on the journey, when you start to listen to your soul's cries, then that's when your true identity becomes revealed to you. And then that's when you accept that you are not what you've been taught. You are not what you thought you knew. I heard too. When you accept that, spiritual doors begin to open, because you have to accept it first. Spirit. So what I was saying is, before we were rudely interrupted, Spirit and the Most High are not going to take your will away from you. You have to choose. You have to accept your soul's journey. It's not going to be forced onto you. Of course, they would love for you to choose yourself, because choosing your soul's journey is choosing yourself. But not everyone is going to do that. And some people are just going to have to get left back. And they're going to have to take the class again. Okay? But the sooner you accept your soul's journey, the easier your life will become. Because you will be living in your happy space, basically, because your soul crying out to you is telling you the reason why you're angry and miserable is because that's not what that's not what you're meant for. You're meant for so much more. But in order for you to actually reap the benefits of your purpose, you have to learn how to cut people off. You have to learn how to be cold sometimes and not care about what people have to say. You don't always have to be cold, but you have to know how to activate that cold, fierce nature within you so that you can withstand those who are going to come up against you and try you, because that's just how it goes. That's a part of this place. It's a part of it, and it's growing pains. I just heard. It's growing pains. You know, growing pains when something's new and it just feels so uncomfortable. It's like, oof, I have to explain myself now. Because in certain circumstances, especially when you're in the public eye, there's times when you have to explain yourself, because you are putting information out there and people are going to try to say that you're wrong, or you don't make sense, and you're ridiculous, and you don't know what you're talking about. You know, all of these things that people want to say. However, they can't really speak on your soul's journey. They can't speak on your connection with your spirit family. They can't speak on your connection with the Most High, because in all honesty, that is none of their business. Okay? None of their business. Now, they don't have to agree at the same time. If they don't agree, they don't agree. But don't try to come for me because you don't agree. And that's the problem with people. People don't know how to accept people for who they are and accept differences. People just want to fight, and then they want to come for you, and then they want to be extra just because you're not being like a robot, just going along with the wave. No. We out here making new waves. The old wave is not going anywhere. It's not waving. It's not. There's no wave. It's still trying. It's still trying. But there's nothing left. If you didn't notice, which I feel like you have, I mean, who can't notice this, but those who have loathing eyes for you, they always need to know what you're doing. And why do you think they want to know? Because they're trying to stop it. They're trying to cause some type of friction, some type of issue, static. They want to cause static. So this is why you were confused for so long. It was just a part of the process. You have to be willing to accept your soul's journey before you can understand what is in store for you, and for the doors to open. It's like once you accept your soul's journey, then spirit could start to work for you in the background, start to do more for you. Because if you don't accept it, then it's like, okay, we're going to try to help you, protect you, and hope that you make the right decision on the way, and send you signs and synchronicities and hope that you see them. But if you don't, and you ignore them, you're going to keep on having a lot of trouble, and they're going to watch you, and they're still going to be rooting for you. But it's up to you. That's why I'm going to always tell you, you are the master of your own life. The Most High is not a genie. I'm always going to tell you that to remind you. The Most High is not a genie. The Most High is a guide to teach you how to navigate your own life, so that you protect yourself, so that you don't get yourself in mess that you have difficulty getting out of, so that you understand a friend from a foe, so that you understand somebody who's really down for you and somebody that's not. All of these things are important for you to actually get to where you're supposed to be. If you feel like you have trouble being alone and you're always around people that end up being fake, you have to do the shadow work within yourself to know, why do I always feel like I have to be with somebody? Why can't I stand to be by myself for an extended period of time? That's a problem, because you have to be in solitude for an extended period of time. It doesn't have to be continuous, but it has to be a lot for you to get to know yourself. That's a part of the process. So that's something that you have to learn. If you need help, ask. If you want me to help you, ask me. Reach out to me. Book a reading with me. Book a call with me. If you want somebody else to ask that you're more comfortable with, ask them, but ask somebody, please. Invest in yourself and get help from somebody, somewhere, because the clock is ticking. I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable, but don't you want to use this time to get to where you really want to be? Like your peace, your tranquility, your happiness, your ability to attract and magnetize great relationships. Because a part of the reason why I'm hearing a lot of you feel like every friendship you've had is just gone to the drain is because of the frequency you're in. So once you shift your frequency and your frequency is at a higher level, you're going to magnetize people just like you, like people that are on the same frequency as you. So if your frequency is high, you're going to attract higher frequency people. And if your frequency is lower, or if you're still just accepting lower frequency individuals because of your environment, it's going to affect your future, and it's going to affect it's going to cause delays, and it's going to take you longer to get to where you actually want to be. And some of you want to be in this place, but don't even realize that this is where you want to be, because it's too hard to see it. It's confusing. It gets confusing. It does. Because there's so many things in life that cause illusions and confusion. You feel like you need to be with somebody. You feel like you have to be in a relationship when you really don't. And then most of the time when you want to be in a relationship so bad, it's not even time for you to be in one, because there's still shadow work inside of you that you need to work on, so that when you get in a relationship, you'll know when somebody needs to be cut off or when you can keep them and work on it. There's so much to this whole thing. And you just have to give yourself time to learn. If you don't give yourself enough time to learn, you're going to keep on keeping on and doing the same thing over and over again. And you're going to get tired and aggravated, and you're going to get angry and mean. And it's tiring to just be angry and mean all the time. Who wants to walk around like that? Who wants to feel that way all the time? That's draining. That is draining. And this is what happens here, unfortunately. But the plan here is to learn how to navigate it. Okay, my loves, I hope this message gets to who needs to hear it, which I think is a lot of people that need to hear it. And I just hope it gets to who needs to hear it the most, I guess. Who's going to actually take to it and understand it. Okay. I think that's it for this reading. So everything you do it with love. Always remember that God is in you and the magic is too, because you're a magic. Much love to you, soul family. I'll see you in the next reading.